What's up, CEOs? So this is for my licensed auto dealers with small dealerships. If you are tired of the pitfalls and errors when buying inventory, then this video is for you. In the next couple of minutes, this free training will guide you through the fundamentals of floor plan financing and show you how to leverage it to your advantage. Okay, I'm Shamel Leonard, and I started the Auto Dealer Business School because I wanted to help auto dealers to build a healthy, profit generating system in their dealership. You won't be able to survive without having it as a system and without having to wrestle with all the day-to-day operations or the fear of compromising your quality or your reputation in the market, all while grossing $85,000 a month, yes, $1 million a year, by financing just a couple of cars, like 8 to 10, utilizing floor plan funds and a small team without incurring or having a high overhead, okay? You can have a bona fide 6 to 7 figure dealership in the next 90 days. We are graduating our first $1 million dealer out of the program this year. But first, you need to have your own license, all right? So if you don't have your own license, then you can take advantage of getting your license in Drama Free Licensing VIP, where we help you to find a location and go through the process for you. And then once you have your license, then either you can have me come out to assist you in stocking your lot and making sure your operations are solid, or you can join other auto dealers in a group learning how to do the same in the $1 Million Dealer Club. All right. So if either one of those, you need either one of those services, then drop a comment below. All right. So today I want to talk to you about floor plan because I have talked a lot about how dangerous floor plans can be. And that was my way of trying to protect you from getting in over your head, was just saying, no, don't do it. It's rough out here, right? But I realized that it is a very important part of this business and has been a very important part of my business. Hey, Dimitri, what's up, Tony? What's up, Angel? Okay. When I first started, I talk about this all the time, but when I first started as an auto dealer, I actually had to build my credit. And so I didn't get a floor plan when I first started, but that was my goal. So I worked on building my credit. I got my score up to a 680. And as soon as I did that, I went and got a floor plan because I knew in my mind, and I had a little bit of experience in my dealership. So I knew in my mind exactly what I wanted to do with the floor plan once I got it. And of course, once I got the floor plan, that's when my finance program started to take off. I was able to buy more inventory at one time, 8 to 10 cars. Exactly. So I'm not telling you anything that I haven't done. I was able to buy 8 to 10 cars and I was able to finance those. Got caught with a couple of curtailment payments and then learned how to avoid that later. And then was able to grow. Okay. So floor plans are a very integral part of growing, especially if you don't have a large budget. All right. So let's talk about how you can use a floor plan to your advantage. So I got a couple of notes as always, because I want to make sure I give you everything you need. All right. So understanding floor plan financing, think of it like a credit card for auto dealers. All right. Now, thinking about it as a credit card, you already can understand why people say don't do it, right? Because a credit card, what do you think about? High interest, high payments. And if you don't pay it off at one time, all at one time, it's not that beneficial, right? It's not the most beneficial way to spend money, but it can be very beneficial if you're strategic with it. That is exactly what a floor plan is. So if you think about it as a credit card, then I think that would help you to manage it better. All right. So it's a credit card for auto dealers to buy inventory only. All right. And some of the advantages of floor plan financing is quick purchases. Number one, after you win that bid, I mean, you got that drive out you have that gate release, and it's easy. Like, you're ready to go. There's no extra going to the clerk, making the payment, all of the other steps. You are ready to go. It's quick purchases. So that is helpful in your operations, especially if you have a small team. All right. That's number one. Number two, many floor plans offer a grace period. I would have to say all of them, but I actually don't know all of the floor plan companies, and there seem to be lots popping up right now. But the industry practice is to offer a grace period where there is no payment due. Okay, so that can be to your advantage, especially if you are learning how to use your floor plan. So use that grace period, take advantage of that grace period. All right, that's number two. Number three, you can buy cars that you cannot afford, right? So I had a couple of situations right when I got my floor plan, or right before I got my floor plan, that really drove me to decide to get it, where I had people coming to me that wanted to buy cars that I didn't normally stock, like newer BMWs, cars that were like 35,000 retail, 45,000 retail. I didn't normally stock those, but I was having those customers come. So of course I wanted to get that sale, right? So since I wanted to get that sale, I had to figure out a way then to buy that car. So that's where the floor plan came in, because I didn't have cash. I didn't have $35,000 cash to go to the auction and purchase that car. But I did with the floor plan, because those customers were coming to me needing to finance the car as well, right? So I was able to complete that deal with the help of my floor plan. Okay. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? All right. So normally when I sold more affordable cars, every once in a while, I was able to take advantage of the higher profit within these cars that retail for more. Okay. All right. So that's number three. You can buy cars you can't afford. Number four is, and people don't know this, and I say this all the time in the $1 Million Dealer Club, which was previously the Certified Dealer Club. But since we are graduating our first $1 Million dealer, I've always wanted it to be the $1 Million Dealer Club. So now it is officially, right? So I talk about this in the $1 Million Dealer Club all the time, that your floor plan can actually be your advocate at the auction. So when I first got my floor plan, I was still playing that game of selling cars back at the auction. Because I didn't have a solid marketing plan. So if it was on the lot too long, then I would take it back to the auction, or, it's a number of reasons why you would take it back to the auction and resell it at the auction, right? So I remember my floor plan rep, he told me that he could help me to get a better run number. So people don't understand the run psychology of the auction. Back then, all the auctions were live, right? And so if you were early in the morning, a lot of dealers would miss your sale. Or if you were late at the sale, then a lot of dealers spent all their money before they came to your car. So you wanted to have a sweet run number. And most of the sweet run numbers, sweet being like, mwah, right? Most of the sweet run numbers went to like the bigger dealerships that always ran their cars through, right? So unless you had an advocate, you would get the crappiest of the crappy run numbers and just hope for the best. But you can use your floor plan as an advocate to get better run numbers, also to get help tracking down titles and anything else that is pertaining to that car, you paying it off and you getting that car sold, because they're there to support you in this process. Okay. Every service provider that you engage with is there to support you in this process. So use them for that. And floor plans are no different. All right, CEOs. So any questions? I know I dropped a lot there. Let me know if you have any questions, but those are what I see as the advantages of having a floor plan, especially if you're a small dealership, you're the underdog. Having a floor plan can really make you feel like you doing big things because of what it allows you to do. All right. So let me know if you have any questions. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? All right. So then the last part of this is smart ways to utilize floor plan financing. So you want to only buy high turnover vehicles. So I talk about buying that $35,000 BMW, and that not normally being what I buy, because that's not a high turnover vehicle. One, there's a lot of competition for that car. And unless I have a buyer already, I have no idea how long that car would have sat on my floor plan, my lot, i.e. cost me more money. Okay. So that is the importance of buying only high turnover vehicles on your floor plan. High turnover vehicles, the more affordable they are, the more high turnover they are. And then also the more desirable they are, the more that they'll have a high turnover. Okay. That's why when you hear me talk about cash cars and cheaper finance cars, is because as a small dealership, you need high turnover cars because you need cash flow, and those are it. Okay, when you start to get over 15,000, you get in competition with bigger dealerships, CarMax, Carvana, any other dealership really. And unless you have a solid customer base or a strong marketing and advertising, then you're competing in the ocean instead of in a pond, right? I'm going to leave it like that. So you want to buy high turnover vehicles on your floor plan. So this also means, CEOs, don't buy vehicles that are going to take a long time to repair. All right. Engine, transmissions on your repairs on your floor plan is going to end up costing you money. Any kind of repair that's difficult, hard to find part, anything like that is going to cost you money. It's going to eat into your profit, and it's going to feel like you are failing. Okay. Hey, what's up, Judah? Shantae, what's going on? Enrique, Joe, Christian, Christina, what's up, y'all? Let me know if you have any questions. Okay. And if I don't think I see the questions right now, but, if you have any questions, I will answer them later in the Facebook group. Okay. So we can go back and forth until you get the info you need. All right. So that's number one, buying the high turnover vehicles. And, drop me some thumbs up, some kind of emojis to let me know how you feeling about this and see if I can see that. All right. I do need a little bit of feedback to make sure that this is good info for you. All right. So that's number one, buy high turnover vehicle, CEOs. So all my master mechanics who are doing their own recon, floor plans aren't going to work for you, because you're going to have too many cars in your floor plan that need to be fixed, where you're the only one who can fix them. It's a bottleneck. Now you're running out of money because you're paying the floor plan. Okay. And all of my, people, one man shows, right? You got to buy vehicles. You got to have someone doing your mechanic work. You have to buy vehicles that can get off that floor plan fast. Okay. I can stay on this one forever, but I'm going to move on. I just feel like it's so important for me to let you know how you can fail with floor plans, because if you fail with floor plans, it's detrimental. And we'll talk about that later. All right. So, smart way to utilize floor plan financing is you got to start having reserve to cover your oops, right? So yes, we would like to think that we're going to get all wins out here, like no L's. Every time I buy a car, every time I create a deal, it's going to be win, win, win. But that's not realistic. There's always some oops that can happen to throw off your whole game if you're not prepared for it. Okay. So you have to start putting money away to cover those oops. So if a car ends up on the floor plan a little too long, you can pay that car off with the money that you have away, in another account. Pay it off first before you have to pay that floor plan. What the goal is to never have to pay the floor plan curtailment, okay? Because they can be expensive. Never have to pay them, all right? So pay it off before. So you sell a car, something happens where you don't get the check from the finance company in time, or they don't deposit it in time, pay that car off, right? These are all oops that you can't control. Yes, we gonna pray and we're gonna, cover you and have you have all the everything laid out for you. But you have to be a smart business owner, a smart CEO, and smart CEOs plan for the oops. Okay, CEOs, so you do too. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3 is you want to definitely make sure you have a good relationship with your floor plan. So what can make you have a bad relationship? 1, not being available for your audits. Okay, so I didn't talk about that, but floor plans do come and they audit your inventory. Not being available for your audits, not being upfront. What they're looking for is, 1, that you still have all the cars. And if you don't have the cars, you know where they are. So if they're in recon, they can go see them in recon. But if they're sold, then they're going to want you to pay that car off on that floor plan really quickly. Because what they don't want you to do is flip funds that flip their money, basically, right? So they lent you money to buy this car from the auction. You sold it, but they don't want you to take that money and buy another car and flip it and, pay your bills or all that. You have to pay that floor plan off, because that's how you get in trouble, right? When you start robbing Peter to pay Paul, then that's where it all comes falling down. So they come and audit. If you're not available for your audits, not honest for your audits, they can't find your cars. Now you're suspect. Okay. Now it's not such a good relationship. You want to make sure you make your payments, all the things that make it a good relationship when somebody lends you money, right? Think of it as if you lent someone money, all the things that you would want them to do if you lent them money, you need to do for the floor plan. All right. So that's building a good relationship with them. All right. And then I would say the other smart thing to do, which I've actually learned from the dealers in the $1 Million Dealer Club, because I don't do this, is to have more than one floor plan. Okay. You can have more than one. They do know about each other though. So it's not like I got this one over here and this one over there, and they don't know about each other. They do know about each other, and they do in their contract ask you to, they have to agree to a position. So, it's kind of like a first and second mortgage, almost like if you've ever bought a home, had a first and second mortgage, they have to agree to the position and, what happens if you default on one, et cetera, et cetera. But once you square those details away and they're cool with everything, you can have more than one, and balance it. And, some people are able to really make it work that way. I don't have more than one because that's more for me to manage than I would like to manage right now. And one is just enough for me. So that's on utilizing floor plans in smart ways. Any questions? All right. Any questions? So let's just talk briefly about what happens when everything goes bad, right? So what usually precedes things going bad is an audit. So the floor plan comes out, they do an audit, can't find cars, or the other scenario is non-payment. And when either one of these happen, now is repossession time. They will come and repossess your entire lot or whatever vehicles you have on their floor plan, which from a lot of people is your entire lot, right? And if you have more than one floor plan, the other floor plan is coming to repossess their cars as well. Because once you do one, the others are like, that's a little too risky. So it is serious. And then once you have your lot repossessed, what they do is they sell the vehicles at auction. And of course, sometimes you don't get everything that you have in that vehicle or everything owed to that floor plan. So then there's a balance left over. And if you have a balance, then you are locked out of the auctions on auction access for buying. So then that means where you getting your inventory from if you can't buy from those auctions, and that's usually where you bought. So that's how floor plans close dealerships, CEOs. All right. So don't be one of those. Manage your money well, because I know a lot of people think floor plans are the answer because they don't have the money for inventory. But money management is the answer. Okay. If you don't manage your money, then cash flow won't mean a thing, because you have to know what to do with that money when it comes in. The cash flow problem can quickly turn into a money management problem, right? So bottom line, you do have to up level your money management skills, especially when you have a floor plan, because it is risky. It's, a lot of people think credit cards are the same way. You have to have money management skills. You have to have a strategy. You got to know how to do it right. All right. That's why the $1 Million Dealer Club is here for you, because currently right now, we have some new live lessons focused on money management, protecting your net, because the floor plan will eat up your net profit. All right. So we are going through all the things to protect your net, from your front end profit to profiting from fees, also back end profit, and also profiting from getting payments from customers. And then once you have your profit, then you have to manage your expenses. And we're going through all the expenses that your business has, and what those expenses should be, what percentage of your revenue they should be for you to be a healthy dealership. This is the kind of management that you need in your business. And if this is you right now, if you're like, girl, I don't know none of that stuff, right? Then drop me a line, send me a comment, hit me up in the messages, and let me know that you want to have a strategy session. Okay. I do offer a free strategy session for auto dealers so that you can get it together. All right. So take advantage of getting your free strategy session and learn about the best plan for you. All right, CEOs, as always, I am praying for your success. All right. Because you are going to need it. It's not an easy business, but once you get it right, it can be a great business. Is rewarding. People look up to you, and it can lead to bigger and better things like investments and, other positions maybe you want to hold in your community, etc. This could be a springboard for lots of great things in your life. You just got to get this right. So schedule your strategy session, because prayers without works or without action is dead. So I will see you soon, and hopefully talk to you soon in a strategy session. Be blessed, CEOs. Bye.